Right over there. No, she wants.
And when you flip it over,
right out.
whatever it makes you think of, you tell. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we need to buy.
Okay, go ahead. All right. I don't know. I've never played this game before. I'll flip this over. It says Lightheart. I don't need the mic. Happy tells me I yell. It says, what really turns you on? That's easy. Happy.
Wow.
She's okay. No, I'll tell you what turns me on. It's things like what we're going through. That too, Nancy. My sister-in-law.
I mean, second thing I'm recording this.
Don't show your children. What really turns you on? I'll tell you, one of the things that really turns me on is a get-together, like what we're having now. It's what life is all about.
It's not sure love is lucky, but it doesn't sound like.
Also a great golf shot.
What do I do? Draw a card?
Yeah. Draw a card. Oops. Up there.
No, he wanted me to show it.
I don't know. John's next.
This thing says, make a statement about success. Success is what you enjoy doing. If you sleep at work, make that success.
That's what you want to do, and you get to do Oh my, this is going to be tough. Finish the sentence. The best thing about today is.
How we're trying to work.
There's so many good things about today. That would be really bad. Only the best. The best thing about today. John, the best thing about today is that. Hush. The best thing about today is that it's still going. Very good. I'm impressed. All right, go.
Say something about the Holy Spirit. I think it's awesome when I feel the Holy Spirit within me.
Amen. What do we do with our youth? I don't know. I guess we just throw back out there and get somebody else. Well, on the other hand, it might be nice. Sorry.
I have a very the microphone. What one quality do you look for most in friends? I would say unconditional acceptance on a day-to-day basis.
It sure is. Now that's pretty. Everybody's surprised you said that. Pretty average statement, I'd say. Well, I mean, it's true, but I mean, you didn't know he was this far. Friends and spouses, right?
Am I next?
Yes.
Say something about fellowship. There are many things involved in fellowship, but I think one of the important things that I've learned down through the years, if you're going to have fellowship, you need to make sure you're listening to the other person. It's so easy to be thinking what I'm going to say, and what the other person says goes in one ear and out the other. So I believe that real fellowship is important that we listen to the other person.
Yes, I agree.
I know easy to hear what is the good news according to you. Gospel.
Also, when you read your story, you hear it again. Oh, you get better. What does freedom mean to you? Somebody else take the camera. Freedom means to me that, oh, that's not right. Freedom means to me, freedom means to be so in harmony with how God created this earth that you don't feel restricted in your operations in life. Because when we're in harmony with how God created this earth, I don't think we feel restricted. We feel more freedom than we could any other way. And being what God intended us to be, so that we just feel that peace and that harmony the way God intended it. All right, you do that. Of all the material possessions you have, what gives you the most pleasure? Does that feel like a material possession? That's what it says. Okay, I'd like to say my stereo. That doesn't take much to
I enjoy my stereo in the car right now.
What talent do I wish I had? I wish I were proficient at playing the piano. Oh, yes, me too.
She's working at that too.
Are you really? Yes, she has been. She's getting better all the time. Go.
You'll make a good Baptist preacher's wife when she can play the piano.
If I can
Now, does God know what question I want to get?
Probably.
Who are you asking? Anybody? Deep understanding. Describe your life at the age of 70. Well, I like that verse comes to mind. It says when Moses was 80, he had the strength of a man who was 40. One of the things I am most excited about when I get to be 70 is that hopefully I will have it all figured out. But I do hope to be healthy and vigorous when I'm 70.
Linda, it's your turn. Don't ignore us.
Come on, that's the worst ability I think I've ever heard.
Didn't do it while she's getting over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, then, I'll go back.
You got a bad one, man.
Come on, man.
You better come crawl your own.
Dad said he didn't like that.
Do we have to play music or
Okay, I pull one of these cards, that name is, we got to be back. What have those here? Okay.
Deep understanding.
If you were lost in the woods and it got dark, what would you do? Well, what would I do is try to find my way out. And if I couldn't find my way out, then I would probably sit down, curl up against a tree, try to get warm, and wait for the
Now can
I
I
know some people that were looking the wrong direction when the sun came up.
Yeah, your mom. They came to Florida, they went to West Coast of Florida to watch the sunrise.
Sit on the beach, wait for the sun to come up over the water.
Oh, they're on there.
Kappa.
Yeah.
There's Linda. Okay, Linda.
All right, Linda,
What
we're
do I do?
Just
Oh,
put it
what?
upside down. That is upside down. Oh.
Just pick
Just
whatever
pick one,
top.
That says it's gonna be a lighthearted one.
Speak up real loud now.
What do you like to daydream about? That's tough. It seems like I don't have a lot of time during the day to daydream. Oh, being a wonderful tennis player.
And she's doing something about that.
I figured you'd say playing.
Well, no,
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. That'd be okay. I got a ways to go to get even there.
Deep, what does it say? Just deep, yeah. That's about as deep as I go. It says, describe your best friend.
That's easy.
My best
Hey,
friend.
repeat that, Ed, I didn't get
It
that.
says, describe your best friend. My best friend is a person that shares everything in their life with me. And I try and do the same. And anyone can figure out who my best friend is.
Well, let me see, that's real difficult.
You went a lot of fun tonight.
What?
Breakfast tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
My best friend also has very cold feet.
They get warm at 9 o'clock in the morning, Ed.
Rest for breakfast.
Which car would you have to pull off?
Well, I don't know, but I just thought maybe we should all pull off the same one so we all get kind of good questions.
Okay, Bonnie's organizing.
Mine are all mixed up. Some
Well,
of them
mine were too, but I
Deeds
fixed them. So you can fix
Christian.
them.
and-
So which one do we want to do? There's either lighthearted Christian belief or deep understanding.
I just did a deep.
Well, if you start, everybody
I did
take
a
one
deep.
and then take one off the second, you know? I like that idea.
You want to go deep?
I did deep. Mine
I will
was
take you.
All right.
Here.
We're deep.
Okay, we're in deep.
Oh, great, that one we already did. That was
deep. That was mine?
Let's one more time. Did you put yours over there?
Yeah. toss it
Oh,
on.
in what ways do you act like a child?
Sorting these cards around.
Yeah, right.
Now,
They'll think I want some more coffee.
I can't imagine Bonnie's house. Bonnie said,
But they remind me to tell you about
tell her, you got mine at the same time.
Well, sure, I'm very generous with my money. What ways do I?
Bonnie, we gonna get the head ready? Listen.
A lot of ways, actually, but let's see, what ways do most?
Did everybody eat?
Probably because I like it.
Boy, they were
Like doing
Yeah, you did.
It's a child thing, isn't it?
This isn't fair now.
Is there any left? Good, let's go.
Okay, we're going deep here?
Happy to do your deep?
No, I guess I'm going deep.
Eat.
And we're gonna wash what's in the dishwasher, that's not ours.
You gonna hand wash it?
No, we're gonna wash it. No, we were looking
Pretty
at.
ready to take another one.
More dang.
That's shuffling.
What lifetime dream are you still trying to make come true? Probably that I don't have to prove anything to anybody, that it would be okay if I slow down and enjoy life a little bit more.
Be a bum, huh?
Who are you gonna sleep on the carpet with?
All by myself, I'll just let it
Red wine.
Now, we're supposed to do,
Okay, give me a deep thought.
hey, we missed Johnny down there.
Hey, Johnny, we missed you.
That's Cecil B. DeWeston.
Well, I will. Okay, well, let's see sort of get his question, and we don't want him to have too much time to think about it. And then we'll let John help.
How about if I just take your question, Happy? I can handle it.
Not fair,
If you were told you only have 1 week to live, how would you spend that week? Probably doing a lot of praying
Hoping I had another week, right?
for another week. I really don't know. I really, really don't know. You know, that's just too deep for me. I just don't know. And what else can I say?
Yeah, see, how best you could spend your money.
Right, there's an idea.
Come see me.
got an idea. Look at him, a quarterback. Let's pass this one around and let everybody have it. I'd like to hear what somebody else might think, because I honestly don't have an answer for that one. I'd like to know what somebody else would answer.
All right, yeah.
We know the question. John's gonna answer it.
I think you should spend the first 3 days organizing your office.
No, I do all that week live, I just burn all those little files and I have a big bonfire. Yeah, I would. I'd probably burn half the stuff in my office. And then I would probably have a very big phone bill because there'd be calls from all over the world. Cell phones, and, you know, I take all my friends, they're checking out, so I just want to say goodbye. That would probably be the biggest thing I do is calling people on the telephone call.
Well, I call all my friends, but that would take care of only the first couple of hours. A long time to live.
Take a couple hours to
Listen,
do
John
that.
goes through almost every city we drive through and says, we better stop and call so-and-so, maybe we can run over and see. Almost every city, I thought we'd never get here. Because almost every exit he wanted to stop and call somebody.
I think I would want to do that.
You pull a Nancy and say, I gotta go, bye now.
This last one, he won't stand.
Yeah, she
She didn't even hear it. She didn't even hear it. I asked Steve if he would pull a Nancy and say, I gotta go, bye now.
Daddy, you want to answer that
I do
question?
that all the
Tell us
time.
what you.
You mean, she does that to you too? I thought it was just a minute. Well, we're through talking, I don't want to tell you that anymore.
She does that to everybody.
When somebody calls you, you don't hang up until they say to. I know, that's why I told her I called you, I'm in the middle of something, how dare you say I gotta go by? But I might have been in the middle of something when you called. Well, that's why I always say, are you busy? Have you got time to talk? I'm sorry.
Well, now, I have one people, I thought they were finished.
I thought they were busy. Okay, Daddy's gonna answer this week-long question.
If you were told you only had 1 week to live, how would you spend it? I would spend it the way I'm spending my weeks now.
Very good.
Pretty good.
Very good.
I would be grateful for the hope that I had in the Lord, and I would pray for our children and their grandchildren, and try to contact as many people as I could and encourage them to turn their life to the Lord.
Give us your week.
I think he's giving the best answer of all. I think that'd be key to all of us. I don't know. I'm like Steve, I don't know what I
Yeah,
do.
we don't have to pass it any
When
further,
the time
it's just,
comes, I'll try
it's now
to.
working.
For that, you know, that's
I
takes
think I would-
it's hard
I
to
was
say.
trying to write a letter to each of my children, and so that they would have some personal feelings that was really just for them. And then, beyond that, those kind of things, I try to make sure my will was in order and so forth. But I don't have a lot of, I don't feel like I have a lot of apologies to make, or a lot of bad relationships to clean up. And I know I'm ready to meet the Lord. I think it would be really exciting. Because I know I'm not afraid to die. I'm just afraid of being sick. Being dead doesn't bother me a bit. I'm sick. So if I knew I had a week, I know I wouldn't have to be sick very long.
Well, maybe you wouldn't have to be sick.
I mean, if somebody told me on Sunday I was going to die the following Saturday night, but I could go out and play golf on Monday, run 5 miles on Tuesday, that would make sense. But I wouldn't want to spend my time playing golf, but I would want to leave something that's more permanent than that my children would have some of my deeper thoughts and my deeper values.
In reality, that's a hypothetical question. No one really knows. It's not
I
even
know
close to
exactly
what they're gonna
I know exactly what I would do. First thing I would do is figure out who's going to haul J.R. back for football. The second thing I would do is figure out who's going to haul back for violin and stuff like that. Third thing I would do is clean up
know it keeps growing for after you're
Yes,
dead for about
we know.
a
Anyway, when I'm dying, you know, if I
Not
represent the
if you're like I am, I'll have much of a little
Imagine the resurrection takes place in reality, everything's going away.
Your hair and your fingernails keep growing.
Justin,
You think we're gonna shave our legs in heaven?
I think one of the first things I would do is that my initial thing would be great. In all seriousness, I'm glad to live here, and I love the people life. Second thing, I think I would sit down with Renee and go over different things that I think she should know to assist her with. Certain things that I feel like she would not be that much interested in. Like, I gotta go down the thing, I'd call Johnny and say, "You want to see brother? I'm sending it to you." And first I'd call Eddie and say, "Eddie, will you come up here? I have file cabinets that I think will be very helpful in the ministry of topics and things." And I think that would be the most exciting. We're just trying to do the best we can to assist Renee. And what a wonderful thing that, like this right here, if I could get the family together and just tell you how much you mean to me and how much Bonnie helps me down at Cleveland Park, learning how much you pay all that. I think, and the beautiful thing about that is it's kind of a good way to live your entire life, trying to give away anything you think someone else could profit by, even more than you can. And it does simplify a lot. And I think I learned it from Mom because she kept saying, "Take those plants, take this, take that."
Yeah, now we kept buying her more.
I had given away more probably in the last 3 months and that kind of thing. I just constantly clearing out stuff out of the garage. And it's kind of fun because, it's just like one that's living to give.
I want to tell you something. Mom and Daddy did wills about 12 years ago, but we can't find the original. There were 2 sets of originals, and in spite of my fantastic filing system, I can't find the originals. The lawyer did have a copy, and I have a copy of the will.
Is that living will?
No, this is last will and testament will. But basically, if a person doesn't have an original will, the copy means nothing, and the probate court appoints whomever they decide to appoint as administrator rather than executor, because you got no will to execute, and you just administer the estate according to the laws of intestacy of that state, just like you had no will. But that's no big problem, really, because, but I would tell you what the will says that is specific. The will leaves everything she owns to her husband for a life estate. That's different from just leaving it outright. That means anything, any piece of property that Mama owns goes to Daddy for as long as he lives, and then upon his death, those pieces of property that are identified as subject to this provision are subject to a family auction. This is what her will says, that the 7 brothers and sisters would gather around and would, in order to divvy up what these items are, they would each be able to bid on them. And of course, then that money will all go into a pool. And then after all these items are divided, and there's the pool money, well then the pool money gets divided equally. See, whether we want to try to, does anybody know what pieces of property Mama would own? There's things that like the picture that Bonnie and Johnny gave them, that comes to mind, that painting. And there's, of course, the painting that Jim painted. Now, but the question is, those things were like put in their home. They weren't really gifts to Mama or gifts to Daddy. They were gifts to Mama and Daddy, and you can't divide them.
And really, some of this stuff was given with the understanding that it would come back to the person who did the gift.
Well, it really wasn't, at least in my own case, it wasn't given with that understanding, but
It was a
since
gift
that
with
time,
In the last 7
since
years,
that
it
time,
became
Mama has acted like that. Whatever she gave to, whatever anybody gave to her, she thought we would just take it back. Yeah.
Okay, then the question is, what pieces of property have any of you given to Mama or Daddy that you would like to be subject to this plan? Because there's really, unless we find the original will, there is no will. It's just a matter of deciding. I've heard that said many times, but I don't, I've given things over there, a little odds and ends, but I don't care whether I ever get them back, don't want them back. And televisions and that you've given them, obviously they have very little value coming back some at future times, so that's not really what you're talking about. Is there anything other than the paintings that are on the wall that's...
The dishes,
I have
I
a
would like
couple
to
of
have
things
those
up there that
dishes.
mean a lot.
So, wait a minute, says it's what?
That blue china closet in her kitchen, I mean, that was given as, I wanted that, but she wanted it more, so I gave it to her as love for her to use when she was on this understanding that I would get it back. Same thing with the painting, same thing with the pictures out there at home birthplace. Those things I felt like, they were in my house, she complimented on one, and I thought they'll make her happy, that she's not going to use that long, much longer over her house. But I certainly do not want that to be subject to any kind of auction. No, I want to agree with that. They have very priceless sentimental value.
Okay, specifically you're talking about a china cabinet and the painting of...
Several of them.
With those, all right, well, anybody that has items like that, they need to send me a letter. Something in writing, doesn't have to be sending a letter, write down a note, describing them so I can go over there and tag them and identify them. And we need to decide then which of those items get returned now and which of those items would stay with Daddy for as long as he's alive.
Or as long as he wants to.
Well, anything that, that I'm thinking about, it was given to Mom and Daddy, and therefore, Daddy can have them as long as he wants them.
Okay.
The only thing
But that you would like to get them back then?
The only thing that I'm thinking about is the chairs that we did, that I did buy for them. All these chairs, because the Dutch chairs were ones that I gave to them, and I think it would be nice for my chairs.
Well, we need to try to, right
I
now,
don't need them.
avoid a misunderstanding. So any of these items that any of you folks have any expectations about, you need to write them down and if you want to give it to me. Yeah.
I thought we wrote all those things down.
I have no idea. I can't even find the wheel.
Well, we lost her funeral arrangements, and now we've lost her will.
We're doing real well. No, the chairs are the only things that I
Sorry,
mean, there's some other stuff that I bought for her, but I don't need those things back.
Well, it's not that you need them back, but would you let them be auctioned off, and then you get a bill out of it?
Well, I mean, I guess, from what I understand, we bought the couch and Ted bought the love seat. And, but they're matching, seems like to me, they
Have
ought
you
to go
gone over
together.
this with Daddy? I mean, have you guys talked about this?
We've been looking
About
for
the
the wheel
material?
all the time, and I only 2 or 3 days ago got the copy from the lawyer, hoping he would find an original. Figuring, since I don't have it.
Usually the lawyer has the
Do you have
original.
a safe deposit box? that you can
Usually.
use it?
Daddy doesn't have a safety deposit box. I do. It's not in our safety deposit box. I mean, I'm just, when Linda and I keep up with stuff you wouldn't believe.
Usually the attorney keeps the original in his safe.
But that doesn't really matter, because all it means is that if they produce the original, then what she put in the will becomes not mandatory in legal terms, but it becomes what you call predatory, which means you treat it as her request, but we'd still want to do it.
All right, well, everything goes to Daddy until, now Daddy, what we need to find out from you at this point, because everything that Mom owned has now become yours. Now, for us to come into your home and go through all of this stuff, say, well, I want this. I mean, are you okay with this?
Yes, that's what.
Is this what you want?
Yeah, as long as you're talking about the things that you've given.
Exactly, that's, I mean, first of all, we need to go through and see all the things that we've given the two of you that we would like to have back.
Yeah, there's some of the things that I don't really need anymore. And that can be done as soon as possible.
Like, what kind of things don't you need?
One of Dave did tell the people who gave it to him.
But he may not totally remember this, because a lot of
And not only
stuff
that,
like
some of the stuff we may go up there and say we want to take it.
What are you, I mean, do you have anything in
Well,
mind that you're thinking about right now that you want to send somebody to take if they want it?
That I'm thinking, what?
Do you have anything in mind right now that
you no
that
longer
you
need.
feel like you don't need and you just assume somebody take them off your hands?
Well,
What is this all about?
no, I really haven't given much thought to it, except a lot of things that I went through of your mother's, that I separated them and put them in tags on them so they're better organized. But most of that wasn't given. There were things that were brought down through the years. And that, any of you children are certainly are welcome to it. She said it was amazing, the Christmas cards. I don't think she realized she had that many birthday cards, Christmas cards. But I have all the birthday cards in one box, and all the Christmas cards, and all the get well cards, and all. There must be a couple thousand of them.
The concern here is about somebody getting something.
The material possession
That we actually
had
gave her.
been, what Steve was, mom's original will cannot be found.
Well,
Which is
I
not-
already heard that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to figure out what's the point of this discussion, because what I heard is the stuff goes to Daddy goes. And I guess if you
But what he's trying to simplify is like there's a lot of things he doesn't need anymore.
You were saying that he'd like to.
If anybody has an expectancy of an item being referred to them sometime outright, they need to get that item tagged and identified, and since there's no agreements or anything like that, to avoid the conflict, those items need to be put on the table with everybody there, and everybody say, yeah, that's fine with me. Nancy wants this particular painting back. Does anybody have a problem with her having that painting back?
Can I just briefly go through the list and say, you want me to? Maybe we need to write this down.
If there's any item at their place or anywhere else that you have any kind of expectancy of return, claim of ownership or whatever, to write them down, okay, on a piece of paper. And anybody have those, please give them to me between now and tomorrow night. We'll take a couple of minutes tomorrow night, identify these items and see if anybody has any objections about their soon or eventual disposition. Because we don't have a will to go by, but we all heard Mama said she expected any items that were given to her or them to go back to the donor. But the question is, what items were given to her that should go back to the donor upon her death rather than stay with Daddy until his death, at which time they come back. And also, since the will, if we want to look at it as something we're going to try to follow, and maybe we'll eventually find it to be a true copy and have to follow it. But would anybody have any objection to items going back rather than going through this auction concept? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's going to come, we don't want any hard feelings. So, and there's, most of us, I for one, there's not a thing over there I ever want to get back, period. And I think Justin might have the same thing. It may just come down to things that Bonnie and Nancy have given me.
I want my dishes back.
Okay, well, write that down so we can put that along with the other things and describe them so we can know what dishes.
There's no doubt.
Okay? So do that for me between now and tomorrow night. And tomorrow night we'll have a little meeting. We'll take a couple minutes again. And we don't need to belabor this anymore now, but just let me know what those items are. Because we don't want later on for people to have hard feelings about any of this stuff. Because if we find the will and we don't have this agreed upon, then it'd have to go into this provision. I mean, the probate court supervises it. It has to be done according to that. Okay. You want to continue this game, or do we want to do anything different? Do we want to sing? Do we want to give each person a...
What is your idea? What would you like to do?
I think it'd be fun to sing.
All right, then, anybody who are singing, raise your right hand. Right hand.
I'm in favor of him clearing out.
Okay. Anybody opposed to singing, raise your left hand. And get out.
Leave.
Anybody opposed by the same sign and remove your body from this premises?
Oh.
Could we not bring the keyboard right there?
You want to play,
right
well,
there?
that's a problem. You probably know that. Do we need to make sure it's all marked up out here? Will they be using this room for anyone else?
I tried calling them and I got rid of them.
I mean, put it over the table.
Because I figured I could,
They said they could use for tomorrow night.
I'll try and call them again, because I'd like to know, you know, we could leave the scrapbooks, and by the way, I brought the cookbooks that were from the church, and the church has been selling them for $7, $7.50, if anybody wants some, that's what's left of what they ordered.
Probably ought to get Bonnie and bring over there.
Yes.
And I was like, what if I should have come in?
I don't cook.
So I can get one from them.
Unplug it, bring it over here.
I think that works.
Do you have a plug for it? Or are you just gonna run off the batteries?
Can I run out of batteries? I'm down. Okay, good. Can I see if you can take them out? It's not gonna be too much, because they're sitting in the.
That's fine.
Marcia found it in Blue Market for $15. How come they take such a big?
8 cents a piece? Did you say 8 cents a piece?
15 cents a piece.
Oh, Jonathan Lee.
Oh, Lord.
We just moved out the other day.
I figured at that price,
Yeah, that telephone system. It'll be tough. You know me, I can't sing, but I like to Seal, you got that too, Seal and Gertrude Fleming? By George and Buddy and Louise Lott Patterson. Christmas 1980. South side of
John, of course, it's warming up.
Pick a good one.
All right, look at it.
Yeah, which one's that?
Oh, it's under there.
I know some of the words. Bonnie, you gotta pat your foot just like you have pat. Isn't that high? Do you want to be raised up some? Doesn't that seem kind of high for you to try and play? Put some phone books over you or
You
something.
might be able to set it on the edge of these chairs like this.
It's 47.
That little table.
That chair right there has only got 2 arms. Lay it wrong.
We got anything we can set the chair on or something? It's a little bit low.
That's not really old.
Not much. I was thinking, is there anything we can put under the chair?
That's not a bad height.
Big phone books in here?
Three flats.
Hey,
Leave it up there.
What is it?
Three flats.
I love this song.
Tell you what.
1, 2, 3. I love this song.
When you get all right, so
Steal my book.
Yeah.